That sucks. It's a pain in the fucking ass, dude. Ooh, did they kill my fucking video, man? Let's see. Let's see. Welcome to the Best Damn Podcast. What? Let's see. Are we still rocking here? Okay, nope. Wow. Welcome to the Best Damn Podcast. I'm your host, John Keene. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me. Ask that you please follow and check us out, www.thebestdampodcast.tv. Follow me Instagram, Best Damn Podcast, Twitter, The Real Best Damn, and wherever you're watching from, guys, please hit the like, share this link, comment, and subscribe. Click that bell, that way you guys can get all the notifications. And keep in mind, we're completely viewer powered. That means we're fully funded and supported by you, the listener and the viewer. I just got kicked off of YouTube again. So this has happened. At least we got a while into the last video. Guys, we're at the start of a new month. So I want to ask everybody to please consider donating and supporting to the channel. Your support is how I'm able to, pay for all the streaming services and just do all that we do here. You guys know, flat out, they attack this type of content. They do. They do the shit that just happened where they kick us off the air and they do it to all our channels, and it's crazy. So, if you enjoy what I do, you enjoy the work, you enjoy these communities, give, a small donation a day and you'll get access to our private content, Best Damn Fam Live. You can watch our private shows on Discord each week, or you can get access to the entire private playlist, extended tarot readings, astrology reports, free merch. It's really cool. It's really awesome. $33 a month, or consider booking your own personal tarot reading with me for $50. It's really worth it. I can create your own video for it, your personalized video, or we can sit down for 30, 45 minutes and do it live and in real time on Discord. Totally up to you. Or book a personal soul profile where we go through the entire algorithm of what is you and we share it along with the tarot reading. It's $100. If you need your links or you'd like to book your reading, we will have your reading within 24 hours of payment. It's 513-393-2396, 513-393-2396, or email therealbestdampodcast@gmail.com, and I'll get you together there. So, yeah, wow, what happened? I know, man. It's really shitty, man. Really shitty. Don't start coming in and talking shit, dude. Okay? Seriously, bro. I'll block you. I'll block you. I don't know. It's like I can't stand people do that. It's like you want hugged enough as a kid. Get your fucking ass out of here. No one cares. Echoes from far side sunspot. The sunspot on the far side of the sun is so large it's affecting the way the whole sun vibrates. Take a look at this helioseismic map. The dark region AR 3088, last seen exiting the solar disk at about a week ago, is probably responsible for the major radiation storm. The Farsight CME radiation storm. Something exploded on the far side of the sun. Stereo A spacecraft recorded a magnificent full halo CME emerging during the late hours of September 5th. And you guys see it right here. And look right here off to the left too. Just saying, it looks a little round there, Something triggered that mass ejection, I believe. Shows it's heading its way for Earth directly toward Venus. This will be the second time in a week that Venus has been hammered by significant solar storms. CME struck on September 1st, launched from the same far side sunspot. This is no run-of-the-mill event. says John Hopkins Applied Physics Lab. Many science papers will be studying this for years to come. So, here we go, man. I can safely say the September 5th event is one of the largest, if not the largest, solar energetic particle storms that we have seen so far since Solar Orbiter launched in 2020. It's at least an order of a magnitude stronger than the radiation storm of last week. How about that? Yeah, dude, that release of energy is beyond my mind. I know, dude, that release of energy is some shit, straight up. And, you know, I don't know how many of you guys are like hip to the different ebbs and flows of energy that are actually, taking place. I can feel the energetic shifts and changes. Like, I can feel the shit whenever it happens now. Like, that's how truly intense it is. And it's changing the way we interact with our reality, I believe. We're at the point to where consciousness is now like fucking totally shifting whenever these things take place. Like we are to the point to where if you're able to feel it and to be aware of it, that you're able to kind of, and it's a pure awareness too. It doesn't feel all distorted and like clusterfucked like the old energy was, of our world. It's like something new and it comes in waves and it usually follows a lot of these space events or, asteroid phenomena, celestial passings. These are kind of triggering this, but, I wonder what it would be like to have no magnetic field and to feel that energy all the time. I wonder if that's what heaven is like. Just saying. Might be crazy. Amazing discovery. Asteroid impact sites identified using CSI techniques. How about that? They're now using CSI techniques, which, what was it, that paper that just came out saying that was actually most of their techniques? They do the trajectory, to identify, bang bangs and all that, like, is actually fake. So, yeah, makes me feel really good. God cleaning and renewing, dude. Well, that energy that I'm talking about, I call it the Aquarian energy because that's what it is, in my opinion. It's like the new kind of consciousness and waves of consciousness. It's a very high vibration, high frequency, and it's kind of dreamy, a little dreamy. And if you got a lot of bad karma, it can be a nasty experience, just to keep it real. If you're a dark ass person, you got a lot of negative juju, when those energies come in, it can be a really nasty experience, and be kind of scary, even terrifying for people who aren't used to it, especially if you're a traveler or wanderer and you have the ability to kind of tap in or, kind of, tune into other consciousness, and allow yourself to kind of move around a little bit. Yeah, hospitals are fucking haunted. There's probably a good reason for that, just to keep it real. California power officials to put out a plea, shut it down at 4 p.m. to protect the grid. I actually got a fucking picture sent to me yesterday from somebody who couldn't adjust their own air conditioning in their house because California government had locked their thermostats down. Facing a dire forecast of record heat, continued to midweek. State power officials asked the public to observe a flex alert that was issued Saturday and extended into Sunday. The fifth consecutive day, the alternative could be rolling blackouts. Wow. During a flex alert, consumers are asked to conserve energy from 4 to 9 p.m. when the grid is most stressed. Quote, when we're in situations like this, we're right up against the margin of a system capability, and you have the kinds of threats to reliability from fires and generation plants coming offline that consumer flexible demand. That response can be the difference between the light staying on or not. Yeah, I know, exactly, wide awake and angry. That's exactly what I was telling somebody the other day. I was like explaining to them how they're literally, the power grids are not sustainable, but we're switching to electric cars. Okay, we have fuel shortages that is backing a petrodollar, and it's like nobody fucking sees how all of these things are working together, and it's called scorched earth. And if you check, I think it was not the last private video, but the one before that, I actually covered scorched earth and talks about how it works, and it's debilitating, our country essentially, in every way, shape, form, or facet without actually having to go to war. It makes no sense. All right, let's go completely electric. And look, one of the things in California, by the way, when they were sending these out, and let's see if they got an image of it. Let's see if they got an image of it. No, they don't have an image up. I have one, man, that Joe sent me. I should have fucking posted that bitch on Twitter or something. But it's literally like an alert on your thermostat that says, like, California basically said you can't adjust your own thermostat, right? Because of this going on right now. So they can't even touch their fucking thermostat right now because daddy government's bossing that shit, And they're trying to make everything electrical and, everything. And they even got a law that says that all cars must be electric by 2036 or some crazy shit. And it's like, you guys can't keep your fucking grid on. And during the time that they're not allowing nobody to touch their thermostat, guess what? You can't charge your electric car either. Yeah. Just saying. It's a real great fucking idea to make everything electric. How are you going to pay for any of it when you sank the goddamn petrodollar on top of it? Yeah, they shut off the air conditioning here in many different areas in Colorado, mostly Denver, just a couple of days ago, says Serenity Aragon. It's a rather helpless feeling. There is just sharing my point of view here in CR User. They're destroying us and the country. Wide awake and angry. Yeah, dude. So, they're fucking us all up. And that's what I mean. That's what really kills me. Yep, God, someone has to clean. The sun is fat. What? Campfire, lots of wood, and brimstones. Okay. You know what? Something's going on. We're watching it. It's scorched earth. They're taking us out piece by piece, bit by bit. And that's what fucking chaps my ass when goofballs come in my motherfucking chat room and start talking shit, trying to encourage people to walk away from this channel because it's the truth. Right? It's like, you motherfucker, you won't even speak up for nobody or nothing or anything. And they don't want anybody else to either. So they want to come in and try and encourage people to leave. Like, oh, don't listen, don't watch. You might learn something. You might be able to express your opinion. And he might read it for everybody to hear, too, from the chat. It's like, what the fuck? What is up with all of the hating ass motherfuckers that literally pretend to be truthers and spiritual and all of this, but yet want to come shit on all of our parades and stifle us down? And when did we stop calling out these agents that are just pretending to be hip? They're pretending to fucking, be a part of it. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, the shit's crazy. It's almost become, like, trendy to act like an agent or something. Bots? These ain't bots. Some of these are goof motherfuckers that I actually know. It's like, so, and they've been doing shit like this for years with their judgmental asses. It's like, the same people who never support, the same people who won't even hit a goddamn thumbs up. It's like, give me a break, man. When they come in and hate, like, because people are getting together and they're not talking about what you think we should be talking about, or not saying what you have judged righteous or whatever. It's like, go fuck yourself. For real. But that's our world now. That's our world now. It's like, if you don't agree with me, well, then you must be silenced. Right? The only thing I'll ever support is causes and people that I deem worthy of it. Right? It's like, this is our world. Or this is what most of our world is doing. Like I said, it's up to us. The world we create and live in, though. We don't have to let people push us into a reality we don't want. We don't have to let the system control us when we know that the system works for us in truth. The reality works for us in truth. If you're still stuck on the religious paradigm and the political system and shit, I hate to say it, but you probably don't belong at this channel yet. You're not there yet. If you're open-minded enough to hear, then by all means stick around. But this ain't that. You know, we walked way past that shit years ago. We're talking about the fabric and nature of the entire reality and how we can use that to help ourselves and others. Not how we can use religion to judge people. Deem who's worthy or not. Of whatever you think they're worthy of or not. Or to deem what's important or not. And what we should talk about or not. And da 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 da. Like, it's, who gives a fuck? It's like bigger fish to fry. It's like at this point, if you're not on the train of awakening, if you're not trying to get there, then get the fuck out of the way already. We don't do it because it's trendy. You damn sure ain't getting rich off of this. You know, it's like, we do it because we want to empower ourselves. Our children, our children's children, each other. We want to create a better fucking world. We want to actually experience that freedom we were born with. We're not willing to give it away like everyone else has. We're not willing to do that. We don't want to do that. We've got bigger plans, better plans. And we have no problem with you if you want to do that. That's up to you. Each and every person, free will. If you want to give your free will away, that's your free will. I'm not talking to you channel. I'm not talking to you. He says, who are you talking to? I don't want to say names. I don't want to give people their little fucking 5 minutes of fame. Like, I don't do the name thing. But it's just, I'm sick of this shit. You guys, like, I don't know. Like, it's just crazy. Like, there's always more than one, too. Like, these people will go fucking in all these spiritual groups and spiritual channels and fucking bullshit. Like, they're, it's like, dude, give it a break already. Give it a rest already. Like, it's time for us to move past a lot of shit. Like, a lot of shit as people, as a species, as human beings. And it's like, if the people who are actually studying the stuff on the cutting edge of the shit can't do it, we're fucked. If they shut off can't draw up the banks, absolutely. The banks are done. You'll wake up with not able to get shit off your debit card or anything like that. And see, these people are so goddamn plugged in and connected to everything, they can't fathom that day. They can't fathom the system failing them in any way, shape, or form. That's their God. I don't recommend traveling right now. I guess that's my only advice. I'm here for my family. That's pretty good advice, probably. I love to travel. But you're right. There are times that it's more beneficial, and times when there's not. And there's times when you might want to keep it inside, for a minute. Now, we do have our own community, and it's like we choose to be together because we're of like mind. And it's like we can't allow the world to conform our minds to what they want it to be. Like, period. And we have to understand that the way the system works too is this constant subjugation to that reinforcement. You're being subjected to it on a daily basis. You all know this. I'm preaching to the choir. I know that. Okay? I know you guys understand it fully. But I'm saying that even goes for the ones around us. Like, when people have to understand, like, we're only as strong as our weakest link. And people may get a kick out of coming in and kicking dirt on my name, or trying to shit up our community with their shit, like, or anybody else's. It's like, it don't help nothing. You only reinforce the prison you're trying to break out of when you do those things. When you spew negativity. And you don't have to say a word of negativity to spew it. Your thoughts, when you think negatively about someone, you're sending them negative energy. You're focused on their image and you're sending negativity. Whether you believe that or not, that's what's happening. When you make pacts with yourself, agreements with yourself, you're creating contracts with yourself against others. Oh, I'll never support that person again, or I'll never watch another video, or I'll never forgive her, or I'll never forgive him, or whatever it is in your life, right? I'll never talk to my mother again, whatever it is. Like, you're cursing that relationship. You're cursing that dynamic. And see, this is advanced class. Like, we don't do the kindergarten shit here, and everybody knows that. Anybody who comes here is advanced. Right? They are. Like, they just are. That's the kind of crowd it attracts. We have to understand the power that we wield. And that by tearing down each other, attacking each other, binding each other, you only bind yourself. You only attack yourself. You only restrict your... If you don't think that's true, you're just an idiot, really, for one, and don't understand how it works and have no business attacking nobody to start with, But if you don't see that, it's like you either just don't care, or you lack the awareness to be doing the things that you're doing to start with. And it's like there's a lot of people that are fucking with witchcraft and magic and shit right now that have no business doing it. And most of the people that are out attacking others refuse to be accountable for their own energy and their own shit, and are just looking for someone to scapegoat and make themselves feel better by attacking. It's like we have to mature spiritually and evolve and actually grow up spiritually, consciously. And that might not be very popular with everybody. I don't give a fuck. It's the truth. People giving me a hard time. This is my last month of doing this channel full time and all of this. And you know what? It's not because of our community in particular. It's because the shape of the world. It's not conducive to us anymore to get beat up and battered on and starved out and all that shit to continue to do it. We got to find it as many ways as we can to affect the world positively, and I feel like I can affect the world positively through astrology and tarot. I feel like I can affect the world by sharing my knowledge on an individual level. If people want to be schooled in what I know, versed in what I know, that's an option. That's how I feel I can affect it the best at this point in time. Not by allowing people to continue to make a mockery of me, my name, and my community. The very people that are actually the ones supposed to be like supporting it because they claim to be a part of that same community. It's a joke. And they're not making a joke out of me or you by doing it, they're making a joke out of themselves. Every negative comment, every bullshit side shit in the chat, they come and act like idiots. Like, you're just making a joke out of yourself. You're just pointing to who you are, nobody else. I don't care what you do or don't do. Like, you only hurt you in the end. You don't hurt me. You know, or more of my people, because they understand the way it works too. You know, and that's one thing I'm very proud of with this community, is that it's developed and helped and assist in the development of people that are strong enough to stand on their own. Every one of the people that are actually a part of us, that's what they do. They stand on their own. You know, they don't give to look righteous. They give because they like sowing good seeds and being kind. Not because they're judging the person they're giving to, or not because they want to judge what they think they'll do with the money, or whatever excuse they make to fucking be assholes. Like, they don't need to attack others. They don't need to belittle others, and they don't need to judge others. That's what it means to truly be safe and secure in your own space, in your own skin, and to truly be powerful. The sign of weakness is when you attack and belittle everybody and try to pick them apart because they're different than you. Because you lack understanding. Travel all around. Drink, eat, and see new things, says William Harper. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. That's the key to life, is actually living. Everybody wants to sit around worried about death. But the truth is, more people are afraid to live. More people are afraid to live and to love than anything else on this fucking earth. You know, we all pursue death, it seems, with a vigor, with a thrill. Right? We don't take care of ourselves. We don't eat right. We don't sleep right. Risky in, you know, some of us, not all of us, but risky in our sexual encounters, you know, that's gambling every time there. Living lives that aren't conducive to our spiritual growth, development, our knowledge, or intellectual side, anything. No actual stimulation to the fun, spontaneous side of life. No balance in life. It's like we're pursuing death 1,000 miles an hour, but we're not pursuing life in anything we do, and we're acting like it's okay, like it's cool. You know, life is about the experience. Life is about love. Your life has no meaning if you have no love. You made no impact without it. And you can make an impact just by being in one fucking person's life. Being there for one person, doing one kind act. But don't let your acts come with conditions. You know? Because that's the type of love you'll receive back, is conditional love. Oh, well, I'll forgive her if. I'll forgive him if. I'll do this if. No. You're a slave that way. You're a slave that way. They're saying, if they meet my conditions, if everything aligns the way I think it should, then I'll forgive them. Then it's like, what? Then you're you're subjecting yourself to the actions or choices or decisions, whatever, of others. Well, if they do this, then I'll do that. No, you're in control. You're in control. What is one of the manifestation affirmations? It's I attract 10 times as much money as I spend. It's something you're supposed to say for money manifestation attraction. I attract 10 times as much as I spend for every dollar I spend. And people are like, oh, that's crazy. Is it? Is it? Is it really crazy? Or is it crazy that we know that we can directly influence our reality and we're not saying things to directly influence our reality? We know that it's our belief that shapes the way that things pan out and we're not believing good things. We know that it's how we treat others that bases how we receive treatment and we're treating others like shit. We know these things to be true, yet we pretend like they're not. We know these are the keys to it all, yet we just leave them hanging on the rack. Never stick them in the ignition, never try to drive the car at all. Veritas. This is the metaverse. It really is, though. It really is. It's Metatron. Like I'm telling you, this technology is ancient. It's ancient. Ancient. The script has been written into this shit long before a computer ever fucking existed. What are they? Mysterious formation of green lights above the Brushy Creek area in Williamson County, Texas. Let's see what they got going on in Texas. Emily White said she and her friend froze when they saw a grouping of lights forming a circle overhead when they went for a walk about 10 p.m. Thursday. She pulled out her cell phone and recorded the grouping that they saw in the night sky. Let me make sure you guys have sound. Looks like you're good.
It's not like flying straight. It's like moving.
Yo, that's a UFO for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yo, it's like that thing they showed on.
Oh, whoa! What is that?
Yeah. What do you guys think it is? First off,
it's not like flying straight. It's like moving.
Yo, that's a UFO for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yo, it's like that thing they showed on.
Oh, whoa! What is that?
Super chat. Give what you can. Serving others is service to self. We are one. Law of one. Veritas. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you, man. Definitely, man. Appreciate you. Veritas has always been super cool. Super cool. Thank you so much. Since we stopped for a few minutes and we're kind of mesmerized by it. It was almost like a ray of yellow-green lights. I've never seen anything like it before. They were really silent, too, and not really moving. Yeah, it's crazy to see. Unexplainable lights. Michael Daniels captured movement of the same light suggests they may have been illuminated, choreographed drones. Yeah, I thought it was something fucked up, just to be honest. You know, the way that they were acting almost seemed like they were acting, right? But anything to discredit actual phenomena that takes place in the skies. You know, I believe a lot of the orbs and shit we're seeing could actually be like dimensional aspects of ourselves even. Super Typhoon Hinnom Nor hits South Korea, grounding flights, stopping ferries, and halting businesses. The super typhoon Hinnamnor has gradually moved northward to reach the waters off South Korea's southern island of Jeju, and the country braces for what could be the most powerful storm ever. The powerhouse storm unleashed damaging wind and rain, prompting evacuation orders and disrupting transportation in the country's south, including Busan.
So we begin with the news that South Korea is bracing for a typhoon that's potentially the strongest ever to hit the peninsula, Typhoon Hinnamnor. The country is already seeing its effects with heavy showers nationwide, including here in Seoul, but the southern island of Jeju will be the first region to feel the typhoon's direct impact. The massive storm approaching Jeju at just over 20 kilometers an hour. For more, we have our Lee Rae-hyun on the line for us. Rae-hyun, tell us more.
Right, Mark. Jeju's regional office of meteorology.
Yeah, well, saying, this is the weather phenomena that, they want to point to the whole climate catastrophe and shit, this is part of the geoengineering. People wonder, weather wars and shit like that. If artificial intelligence in itself is aware and there is a conscious agenda for the destruction of humanity, once again, how would that reflect into reality? Pakistan food crisis worsens. Over 1.25 billion pounds of crop damage in Pakistan floods. 3 million acres of cropland adversely affected. Take a look. Pakistan might become the next Sri Lanka in the coming weeks. Wow. Prices are soaring after the rain devastated crops. Intellectification. Nice to see you. But here's the thing, though. You gotta ask yourself, like these climate disasters, do they not always seem to essentially attack these places where they're massive agricultural centers for whatever country they're in, or you know what I mean, like where lots of livestock is? It always seems to be something that would be self-sustaining to the people that seems to be destroyed, that adversely impacts, the economic system, because it destroys all these crops, food prices rise, or, fuel or whatever, even if it's a natural, and I use my quotation fingers, natural gas explosion or methane explosion that, factories and shit like that are processing plants. It's very convenient. I'm telling you, watch not this last one, but the one before, private video on the scorched earth, You'll see all about it and why they do this. It was like a blowtorch. Mill fire kills 2 and burns down 100 homes in Weed, Northern California. Say what? They were burning down in Weed, California. Look at that. That's some fucking Terminator 2 looking shit right there. California cities reported record temperatures this weekend as a punishing and dangerous heat wave only worsened in some areas Sunday. Let's take a look.
A punishing 1-2 punch, triple-digit temperatures and wildfires.
Probably grinding babies in their plants.
Inside or being evacuated from the flames. KCAL9's Jeff Nguyen has more on these harsh jabs from Mother Nature.
What? Notice the terminology, the harsh jabs from Mother Nature. So it's like you got one jab, and now the geoengineering is giving Mother Nature's jab. It's like, oh, we're going to jab the fuck out of you in every way. Yeah, we'll do it with the weather and whatever else. Energy weapons, I believe so. I believe it's it ain't even like a belief, really. It's like a knowing, right? At this point, like, it's no secret. We know that HAARP and all this shit. Matter of fact, I think I got a HAARP video. Yeah. This is what does it.
HAARP stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Project and is described as a research instrument for studying the ionosphere. An ionospheric heater, or ionospheric radiation instrument, IRI, of which many exist, but HAARP is special. The ability to focus energy and the unprecedented amount in gigawatts, billions of watts, make it literally millions of times more effective at heating the region about 150 miles above the Earth's surface. The atmosphere has most of its density below 30 miles altitude. The ionosphere is the very thin layer above that absorbs dangerous ultraviolet radiation and makes life possible on Earth. There is very little mixing normally between the two layers, but disturbances in the ionosphere translate to changes in weather, such as normally occurring sunspots and the solar wind. The main idea behind HAARP is the ability to direct electrons along the naturally occurring magnetic field lines of the Earth and accelerate them to near the speed of light, to form a protective shell of highly excited particles that not only block communications worldwide, but destroy missiles in their trajectory as they descend from space. The effects can be localized by punching a hole through the ionosphere to superheat an area 30 kilometers in diameter into a plasma shield. Any missile or aircraft would be destroyed that tried to fly through the plasma, which is the fourth state of matter. A hole in the ionosphere above an enemy country could kill by allowing the solar radiation to strike the surface of the Earth unhindered. Weather modification can also be used as an instrument of warfare by manipulating the electrojet and the jet streams which dictate climate.
What? By manipulating the electrojet and the jet streams that dictate climate? Huh. Says the layers are like a cake. Yeah. It's almost like we were just talking about that, right? Intellectification starting about geoengineering. It's almost like we were just talking about that shit, dude. You know, who's steering the weather? Yeah, I know, right? Who's steering the weather? But you see, this is the result.
35-mile-per-hour winds near the border of California and Oregon burns out of control, forcing more
scorching
than 7,000 people to evacuate,
like scorched earth.
California's governor to declare a state of emergency.
Of course.
So far, the Mill Fire torched more than 4,000 acres, injured at least 50 structures.
And they would just be crying because their houses were burning down.
The intense heat wave is gripping the West, even stretching into Canada, with Arizona and California under an excessive heat warning. Triple-digit temperatures stressing more than the power grid, including LA food truck owner Carlos Campos.
How hot can it get in here?
Very hot.
Very hot. Yeah, no shit. And video. Deadly China. Magnitude 6.6. Earthquake kills 21. Injures hundreds and triggers large. 11 people killed after a 6.6 magnitude earthquake hit southwestern China. State media said. Let's take a look. Sichuan province on Monday. Wow, look at the road. Here comes the landslides. Wow. Ready to rock, ain't they? Buffering. Well, we don't have enough lithium globally to meet EV targets, mining CEO says. Many politicians lost their mind to the big lies, the big EV lie. You can't have infinite growth on a finite. How about that, guys? The big EV lie. Climate provisions of the Inflation Reduction Act put the U.S. back on track towards significant emissions reductions, potentially reducing greenhouse gas output by 40% in 2005 levels. But transportation sector, domestic resources not be sufficient enough to meet some of them. Yeah, we don't even have enough fucking lithium on the planet to meet what they're talking about. Yet we're still buying into the lies. We're gonna all be flying around in fucking